The length of the lava that has risen to the new upper layer reaches about 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers. The lava layer forms the basis of the tectonic plates in front of the Earth. As a result of the gas pressure created under the Earth's crust, the lava flow that erupts from the Earth's crust and comes out with gas is called a volcano. These volcanoes played a big role in the front of the Earth, reaching its modern thickness. The first cooled layer of the Earth remained in the lower part of the modern Earth's layer. The modern crust of the Earth has come to this day thanks to volcanoes. This process, the creation of a new Earth's crust, happened as we show below. First, the lower part of the front of the Earth in the modern era was formed. In the subsequent process, volcanoes pierced the front of the newly formed Earth and filled the large lava flow on top of the front, and this process continues in the modern era. During the process, the thickness of the front of the Earth reached about 40 to 50 kilometers, and the front of the Earth was formed layer by layer. The layer surface formed in different places of the planet was created due to the occurrence of large volcanoes at different times. According to geology, the Earth's crust is layered. The hardness of these layers differs from each other. The hardness of the layers is due to the composition of the underground rocks brought by the lava during the volcanic eruption. When the composition of the addition brought by volcanoes consisted of heavy elements, back layers were formed. And when it consisted of light elements, new empty layers were formed. In modern times, mud volcanoes are created due to these empty layers. Water seeps into the empty layer and turns the soil in this layer into mud. Finally, this soil is filled with gas. Due to this gas, pressure is created there. At the very end, this mud exerts pressure and pushes the Earth's layer to the top. Earthquakes are also caused by these empty layers. The gases produced in the processes inside the Earth rise up and fill the empty layers, and when they find time, they ignite and explode. At the time of the explosion, the solid layers move and cause a great tremor in the upper layer of the Earth. From the above study, we understood that the Earth's crust goes from the upper part to the lower part, starting from the upper layer to the lower layer. During cooling layers, new solid and empty layers are formed in the Earth's crust. That space stores excess energy generated during processes in the Earth's core, and when the time comes, this energy reserve is used by people. An example of the source of this energy is gas and oil. Like other planets, crater fires have occurred on the Earth. This idea gives us a reason to call the mines of precious materials found during excavations on the Earth in the modern era. There are very few traces of craters on the Earth in the modern era. Now let me tell you my thoughts about the creation of living things on the Earth. Let's start with water. According to my conclusion, water is not a product of the Earth. In modern times, scientists who are engaged in the science of astronomy and geology say that water originates on the ground, that is, water is a product of the Earth, while others say that water came to the Earth at the time of the fire of a comet. I do not agree with these scientists. From the above explanation, we said that 7 of the 8 planets in the solar system were concentrated in the solar system to make the Earth alive. We know that there are many icy planets in the solar system after the 2 icy planets. It is very easy to bring one or several of these ice planets to the Earth in the hands of the force that created the Earth and wants to keep it alive. If comets brought water to the Earth, then how many comets must fall on the Earth to create this large volume of water on the Earth? When some scientists observe comets, they say that they contain water, but they do not mention the many planets with large water reserves near these comets. For this reason, they say that comets brought fire to the Earth when water was still formed. In my opinion, this is not true. Astronomers have been observing comets entering the solar system for a long time. During the observation, the comets did not cause any damage in the solar system. As a result of the observation, it was found that the comet emits water vapor stronger than itself in the sky. That's why it was thought that comets contain a lot of water, and it was concluded that the Earth was covered with water during the fire of the comet. If comets brought water to the Earth, then the surface of the Earth would be smooth. Then in this case, there would be no mountains like the Himalayas, Ants, Caucasus, etc., which make a difference of 20 kilometers on the Earth's surface. To me, The observations that are often seen and observed in the solar system are large spaceships made of cometary material with a comet-like exterior. This ship works with a large, powerful nuclear reactor. The water vapor emitted by the device during flight is the same water vapor emitted by the reactor. Astronomers are well aware that the comet Chalais orbits the solar system every 76 years. This comet comes from the depths of our galaxy and returns after circling around the Sun. We see from the path of such comets that such comets are mainly exploratory movements in the solar system. From the above study, it can be concluded that the water on the Earth has nothing to do with comets. The second possibility is the possibility of creating a new source of water on the Earth. To find out whether this possibility is true, let us first examine the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is about 40 to 60 kilometers. 2/3 of this crust is water. Let's calculate the approximate volume of water and land inside this crust. The area of the upper part of the Earth is 510,072,000 square kilometers. 2/3 of this area, the new Subasan area, is approximately 340,048,000 square kilometers. Taking into account that the approximate height of the ocean water is 11,000 meters, let's find the common height of this height. If we divide this height by 2, it comes to 5.5 kilometers. If we take into account the ice water reserves in the sea, lakes, rivers, and underground water reserves in both poles, then the height figure reaches approximately 9 kilometers. Let's carefully calculate the water on the Earth with this 9-kilometer calculation. We know the volume of water on the Earth from the above report. Now let's calculate the volume of the front of the Earth. Since the approximate thickness of the Earth is 40-60 kilometer, the thickness of the Earth can be taken as an average height figure of 50 kilometers. If we subtract the volume of water from this thickness, i.e. subtract 50 kilometers and 9 kilometers, it equals 41 kilometers. Taking 41 kilometers as the thickness of the Earth's crust, let's calculate the volume of the Earth's surface. Let's calculate the approximate volume. We found the volume of the Earth's crust. Now let's calculate the ratio of the volume of the crust to the water in the crust. Therefore, the ratio of the volume of soil to the volume of water in 1 cubic meter of land was 6.83. This means that 1 cubic meter of land contains 683 cubic kilometers of land, 0.317 cubic meters of water. If water created the Earth, then it turns out that 317 cubic meters of water can be produced in 0,000 cubic meters of land. In my opinion, this is not possible. Depending on the chemical composition of the soil, up to 30% of its weight can be produced in water. If water was a product of the Earth, then that process would continue until modern times and water would cover the surface of the Earth. From this explanation, we can come to the conclusion that water did not originate on the Earth and is not a product, but how did it originate? According to my opinion, as we have seen from our study above, the Earth in the solar system did not appear by chance. Water on Earth is half ice and half water in our solar system. Maybe it was formed due to some ice planet located in our galaxy. It is not believable that that ice planet came to Earth by chance. This ice planet was brought to Earth in a dimensioned manner. Since the universe is full of energy, the process of the arrival of water to the Earth can be caused by this energy of the universe. But there is a creative force in the universe that creates the living organism, develops it, protects it, takes care of it. This creative force is called God in the Muslim world and Bog in the Christian world. According to me, this creative force controls all living things in the universe. We know that the universe was created by a big explosion and is divided into galaxies. A part of these materials gathered together and formed the core of the galaxy. The nucleus, which combines a large material force, moved the materials remaining in the free liquid state in the sky around it thanks to the force of gravity. During this movement, the liquid materials became a balloon. Stars that include large material, planets, satellites, comets, and a large number of small objects are formed from the smaller ones. And according to scientists, 100,000 of the 200 billion stars in our galaxy have blue planets. Scientists believe that 20,000 planets today have a living organism, or rather, a human being. From this research, we can come to the conclusion that God, whom we consider to be a creative force, created a person who is a living organ in the universe and the supreme of all living things in our galaxy, perhaps in all of humanity. God, the creative force, created man and provided him with the necessary material blessings. Allah has given man the ability to understand the environment in which he lives and solve it for his own benefit. I can't tell you how many planets in the universe God, who is a creative force, created a living organism and a person who is the superior of this living organism. It seems to me that they have developed by using their mind and consciousness and have established their place in the galaxies and planets in the universe. They learned the secrets of the gravitational force of the universe and used it for their own benefit. The advanced science and technology that existed long before us learned the secrets of the galaxies, built a large and powerful human society, and managed to use the universe of galaxies for their own good. It is these people who started looking for valuable materials in the galaxy as a source of useful energy. They invented and found new planets where it is possible for people to live. They placed the planets in places where the stars that give energy and light are possible, and created conditions for people to live there. The Earth is also one of the planets that were used by aliens for people. In modern times, our Earth is the center of attention of those alien planets. But how did the alien planets create the Earth? The useful energy source, the alien planets searching for precious metals, found the Earth by inventing it in another area of the galaxy unknown to us. Sora placed that planet around the Sun in order to protect the Earth and also to make it useful for human habitation. They placed it in 7 different planets. The existence of these planets created the conditions for the creation of human life on the Earth, and then water was brought to the Earth for the living of souls. They brought one of the icy planets around the Sun closer to the south pole of the Earth by means of a dock. The speed of the ice planet nearing the Earth's south pole increased due to the Earth's gravity. At this time, a large part of the planet bus, perhaps all of it, became water. A large mass of water collided with a big blow from the direction of the south pole of the Earth, tearing off the upper crust of the Earth and creating a continent by the North Pole similar to a plate. The formation of the continent, due to the impact of water, allows the front of the Earth to be layered. Then the lifeless Earth is transformed into a living planet, because water itself is an irreplaceable liquid product that enables the continuation of the generation of those living organisms from the one who nurtures them in its bosom. Water, a rich source of oxygen, is the life supporter of all life in water and land. From the map in Picture 2, we see that if we exclude the North and South poles, the Earth has become an ocean, a continent, and a sea. And now let us examine the signs confirming that a sea, a continent, and an ocean were formed by the arrival of water.